Hello and welcome for this astrological report happening on the full moon, Gemini axis, the horoscope. The full moon happens at June 2nd, June 3rd, overnight, and the Gemini energy is in full swing. It gives us energy to mingle, to socialize, and the energy is conjoined with Mars. It gives us the extra fiery energy, opposition to Sagittarius. That meetings can come to change. The full moon reading is associated with the world and the things that happen around me. Our plays with siblings, the expansion that we would have, and how we dare not to share. On the eve of this new moon, at the time I was writing this image with the Gemini axis, Gemini Sagittarius axis, in connection with the expansion that we would have depending on the place and the role we have been married with. Gemini, of course, represents siblings. So do we tend to envy those who do better than us, or are we hiding our light because of fear or attracting envy? Are we those people who have succeeded but is struggling to be loved? When we are our parents forced to take care of our brothers or sisters, have our brothers and sisters was a lifesaver, facing not what represents our parents? Have we suffered the rancor of brother or sister, even perverse manipulations? Are we a little one that nobody took seriously? Have we locked our expansion to not overshadow around us, or are we allowed to move forward in the knowledge that everyone is responsible for his or her life, that there is room for everyone? The possibilities are many. If there is conflict or resentment at this time in your life, open up for this track. This may well be the help that is arriving for you to see a little bit more clearly. Since the axis of this full moon falls, that there is possibility that we could come up with problems with brothers or sisters, or going back in transgenerational. Watch the battles of inheritance, and you read a part of family and consciousness. When I speak of siblings or relationships, I also include miscarriages, abortions, children born in the dead family line. How are parents or not returned in the game of this or that brother or sister, or have they kept some form of impartiality, or have they identified more strong with the weaker one? Is there an anger against a colleague, a neighbor, a friend, or is it important to find source or importance to you so you can see more clearly in the confusion and do not attract this type of problem? This full moon is happening on the axis, and we see something in order for us to question all that we allow to share and receive information, energy, money, that sort of thing. Learning and pressures around you. Another track to follow is, do we wear stress relatively to learning, which could be linked to injuries carrying by our ancestors, a frustration of a parent, or of having to work on the farm, as we have a brilliant example for this. In the offspring, there may be blocking right where the ancestors are excelled. How was this learning experience at home? Was there pressure for you to be always the best? Maybe you've been found your niche away from the real call of your soul. So you always compare yourself to others. Today, in terms of intelligence, and you running constantly after new studies, new training, you let yourself be taught by this life. Are you willing to live without any rigidity to belief systems, telling you your vision to evolve day by day? The balance between faith, Sagittarius, and Gemini, reason. Escape the systems related to protection and divine nostalgia. Moreover, however, your family system, managed by the balance between these rational and spiritual axes, it does have been a denial of hyper doubling these spiritual mind control, making us live in a kind of earthly confinement, like it does not really want to stay here. All seems so in a struggle and strain, a suffocation of sorts. If you feel that you're from another planet or unstable, adapt to this world, that you may feel unforgiving and difficult. So invite everyone to listen to this child who did not feel welcome, and the death drive. It is here that there lies something behind, like an aspiration to go back to the source, which can be seen more as sweet. A child who enters a family system without true love, in which the mind and the pressure dominate, struggling to see as a paradise. By listening to what the child in you will feel and soothes, recognizes that you will have the opportunity to see the world from a different perspective and reconnecting with your life force. That child may even feel a kind of bursting of feeling like a structureless, seeking answers and finding different lessons to get lost of. Because only love allows the binders without love being as a disjoiner. Again, knowledge. This is with the tenderness of the child within itself. It may help to find a link between its own vibration, its own essence, and to connect the mind with the heart. It has been said and emphasized, instead of the spiritual to be imposed as a dogma to which you believe without expressing any doubt. He has served the spiritual league, the system facing a family tree with shame and death. The mother who flees into this difficult outside to enter the link. Another aspect with this full moon is the feeling of abandonment experienced by one who had a mother unable to link here, including especially a mother who could be invested in worldly affairs, but unable to present this. This kind of mom often had a story in a tree made of big grief or trauma, having cut his ancestors from their emotions, to no link of generation handed down from generation. So this kind of woman is unable to link the presence of leaving the child in a insecurity, doubled here by the fiery energy of pressure of success in the world. Thus, more people have been away from it, the more it will have to invest with its customers. In the case with other people's children, leaving the child with the impression of more exciting than him. Enter this linked, meaning to this mom, the risk of dying or grief. I refer to the course of stereotypes. I can find that there is no part of history with its nuances. It can also be difficult for that child to become an adult, to act from it himself, as he could feel a fact-related guilt to protect his mother, to avoid feeling abandoned, with the feeling of never being the height of his love and of his ambitions. I recall here the 3 important points for all healing. Listen here for the emotional child within. Here are related to abandonment. Include the parent here to understand why the mother cannot do otherwise. And accept that what it makes part of your life a plan for change. Neptune being part of this full moon, it is interesting when we can fall into the sacrificial aspect with our parents, siblings, and from this famous guilt trip. The good aspect between Neptune can lead us to be guided by such signs as synchronicities, pushing us towards further expansion and a wider opening of the world. Extraordinary reconciliations, for example, could feel also in me and around me a great surge of love, openness, of heart, family, favoring family, reunification of love, also manifested around the Facebook messages of Mother's Day, and including all women, that of their own mothers, aunts, mothers, or the creation of this universe itself. So before I end this, I feel positively expecting Jupiter in Leo with this full moon. The midheaven is for something aided by Venus in Cancer, an invitation to give us love in all circumstances, to reselect it in every day in the form of nobility, and can have one who can receive unlimited. The universe is big, and there is a place, a diamond of color of each of an expansion.